Welcome, wrestling fans, to another episode of World Wrestling Perspective. I'm your host, Adam the Ant, and joining me at this time once again is Lavish Larry and Big Poppa. Now, guys, tonight I want to talk about Monday Night Raw, where, at the beginning segment, we had Lesnar and Paul Heyman come out, where Paul Heyman, was basically building up, his, as the advocate, building up Brock Lesnar, saying that he is going to go into Fastlane and win the triple threat match, and, out of the blue, Ambrose comes out and confronts Brock Lesnar. Now, guys, what's your opinion exactly on, your thoughts on what had happened that night in that moment?
Well, Adam, man, first thing I want to do is I want to make sure you saw the same show that I saw, because last week in the show, it just seemed like you saw a completely different show, and you were talking about some nonsense that me and Big Poppa didn't know what you were talking about.
It was a goddamn fiasco.
So it was a fiasco. We want to make sure that you're on the same page here and you saw the same show that we did.
No, I'm pretty sure I saw the show the way I saw it, just like you guys did, but, everyone has their own opinion. My thing on Dean Ambrose tonight was just that, or not tonight, but on Monday night.
We don't talk about Disco Calisco. That's all I care about.
That's
let me know if we're going to be talking about that little guy, then I might as well just leave. Leave you guys to do the show by yourselves.
Adam, man, what are you doing? You're already making Big Poppa mad. The show hasn't even been on 5 minutes, and you're already making Big Poppa mad.
He brought up Kalisto. Like, come on, man.
Adam, man, I blame this on you, Adam, man.
I mean, come on.
I didn't even start with that. I didn't even do anything like that.
Are we not supposed to work with champs? Isn't that like something you've always told me, a tagline? We work with champions. We're champions. We're only around champions. So now we have Disco Calisco, and then we have the the weenie with the beanie again. I mean, what is this?
By the way, not weenie.
What is this?
Adam, man, you see what you're doing? Not even 5 minutes into the show, and you're already, one of our main guys is already threatening to leave the show because you're talking about Kalisto.
You riled yourselves up on this. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just started with Ambrose and Lesnar, and we jumped straight to Kalisto. Like, come on. Like, what's the big deal?
I don't know about that, Adam, man. I don't know. You already made Big Poppa mad. He's over there smoking. He's drinking his whiskey over there. Look at him. Oh, my God, Adam, man. I don't know what you're doing over there.
Anyways, guys, your opinion on Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar's confrontation at the beginning of Monday Night Raw.
I'm going to tell you one thing about Dean Ambrose is I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, first of all, you got Brock Lesnar, who's probably going to be the next WWE World Heavyweight Champion after WrestleMania, because we all know he's going to defeat Roman Reigns and that wannabe Joker Dean Ambrose. I mean, come on. I mean, who really believes that these two Jokers are going to beat the Beast in Brock Lesnar? I mean, that's just a joke. I don't even know why WWE did this. We all know Brock Lesnar is the man. They should have just given him the title shot at Fastlane, get it over with, have him beat Triple H, have him go into WrestleMania and challenge whoever at WrestleMania and make it a spectacle. It's a waste of time for us to see Roman Reigns one more time, and then this Joker over here, he can't even find his place. We have to see that for Brock, and then we have to see Brock Lesnar beat him up, go to WrestleMania, and do what we already know Brock Lesnar is going to do anyway. Why do we have to go through the suffering, through the pain? Just get it over with, man. Triple H, Brock Lesnar at Fastlane, have him win, and we got a new champion.
Well, honestly, with Brock Lesnar, he does pose a great threat in that triple threat match, and I agree with you 100% that the chances with him winning is very, very high. However, the numbers game is there. You have the odd one out. You have Dean Ambrose. You also have Roman Reigns, another powerhouse. Now, yeah, we've seen Brock Lesnar manhandle every single person he's in the ring with, especially when it comes down to the numbers game. However, this time out, you have two top competitors in the Intercontinental Champion and then Roman Reigns, former world champion. And
what are you talking about again,
on Lesnar.
Adam, man? I mean, come on. I mean, I thought Big Poppa and I thought that you were on the same page. And how are you giving Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose even the time of day to be on this show for us to talk about? We talk about champions, and you're bringing up all these people that are not champions. I don't know. Now I understand why Big Poppa wants to leave.
Dean Ambrose is champion. He's Intercontinental champion. Like, come on. Like, there's one champion in there. I'll agree that Roman Reigns is not in there, but also Brock Lesnar is not a champion.
I mean, what's their deal? I mean, Reigns, what's he wanting, a bulletproof vest? What's he going to war? I mean, what's the deal with that whole black getup? And where's he going? They just put a little mud on him, and he's, let's send him out to a war or something. And what's his name? The lunatic? I mean, he's acting like a lunatic. He looks, you know what? He looks like a mechanic. He doesn't look like a fighter. I mean, what's so scary about him? I'm surprised Brock Lesnar just didn't punch him right there and just knock him out. You know what I mean?
Adam, I would have been crying if that would have happened because he's all supporting him.
Oh, that's right. It's PG. We got to cater to the little kids. We got to cater to the little kids.
Yeah, Adam Man's over here, pro Roman Reigns and pro at Dean Ambrose. I don't know why we're doing that, but hey, Adam Man likes it.
Yeah, I don't discredit Brock Lesnar at all, but the numbers game is there once again. Brock Lesnar, what I saw over there was Brock Lesnar showing a sign of respect to Dean Ambrose for confronting him face to face. And
if they don't fight for themselves and they work as a tag team, what does that tell us about them?
Exactly.
Man up, one-on-one. You're gonna have to go one-on-one with Triple H. It's not gonna be a 2-on-1.
Well, it is a free-for-all, and there are no rules in a triple threat match when it comes down to teaming up and all that sort. And but with them, at the end of the day, they are going to get down to the nitty-gritty. They are going to have to face each other one-on-one. There's no doubt about that at all. And, speaking of champions, let's move on to Kalisto, our United States champion.
Oh, my God. Did we not just talk about this, Adam Man? Adam Man, you were just too much adamant.
In a count-out fashion, he ended up winning the match, and Alberto Del Rio on the sidelines.
Now, did you not see the physique on Alberto Del Rio? I mean, wasn't that impressive?
That's a champ.
That's a champ right there is a champion.
He walked like a man. That's walking like a man.
And then his broadcasting. I mean, he was just doing the amazing comment. I mean,
the color was fabulous. The color commentary was fabulous.
I wanted to replace him for Adam Man. I came this close to saying, you know what? Let's replace Adam Man and just bring Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, let's fire. Just fire him.
Adam Man, you're fired.
All right, at the very least, a long.
I think Adam Man needs a
he needs a break. He needs a break. He needs a break. He needs to relax. He needs to think about all this craziness that's coming out.
I don't know.
Well, the good thing is I'm still here, guys. And with that being said, Kalisto ended up winning the match against Rusev.
Why are we talking about Disco Kalisto?
Kalisto.
Why are we talking about him? Just send him away with this little strobe ball and get him with this little strobe light and just get him out of there.
Yeah, guys. I mean, you said you're talking about champions, and so far I think Kalisto's really doing it right now. Representing the United States title run, and for him to really go out there and take on the big guys, I don't see what the problem is at all.
Did you not hear? Okay, this goes again to what I was talking about in the show. You obviously did not see the same show that we saw yesterday, because Alberto Del Rio specifically said that he gave Kalisto a chance. He gave Kalisto a chance just so he could feel what it's like to hold the United States champion. He probably had them polishing it for him too. I heard behind the scenes that Alberto Del Rio probably slapped him around and told him to polish his belt because he's gonna get it back in Fastlane. So you gotta understand that, man. Kalisto's not the real champion. Alberto Del Rio just doesn't want to polish that belt, so he got Kalisto to polish it for him.
And and Alberto Del Rio also said, and we know that for a fact, that he wasn't focused on that. But of
course.
It's like when you take a fight off, or it's so easy. It's such an easy battle, such an easy game that you don't even prepare, you don't warm up, you don't even take it seriously.
How can you take it seriously with that physique, though?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
amazing. I mean, his physique is amazing. I mean, I wouldn't be serious either.
What did you guys say, that like a champion is always focused, always prepared, always gives 110% in the match and not slip all the time?
Not when you're fighting a Disco Kalisto.
Yeah, Disco Kalisto. I mean, you get him to polish your belt. The
key thing is we know Alberto Del Rio learned from this tragedy, and I'm sure it won't happen again.
I mean, look, is it his fault that he just became a specimen and he's like a Greek god now? I mean, is it really his fault that now he's in shape and all the women want him?
Well, I don't disagree on his physique. He is a very, very talented superstar, and he's definitely shown signs of always being in the gym, constantly working out. I won't take that away from him, but time will tell. When comes Fastlane, we will see United States title rematch.
They gotta set him to like another kind of league, like how in basketball, people.
Triple A league.
Well, no,
developmental league.
Well, in basketball, don't they people that just want to play basketball? They have the 6 feet under. League, 6 feet under league. There should be one for Kalisto, like a 4 foot under league.
Exactly.
What I mean? Send him back. That's where he belongs.
Isn't there like small people wrestling or something?
I just think Del Rio just feels so sorry for him. He sees him so little, so insignificant, that he just wants to give. I think that's Del Rio's giving heart and just true nature, because I've seen him around people and he loves people. I mean, I've seen him sign autographs for people. It's amazing to see. He represents the WWE very well when he does that. And it's something that you admire. And I'm almost sure, out of that bigness of his heart, he just says, you know what, this little nothing, as he calls them in Spanish, no son insignificante, no nada. Mm-hmm. He goes, he's never gonna ever
did you see that Jericho
again
there?
Ever again.
You need to learn from
I heard it.
We'll never win a title again. So just he threw him a crumb, and I'm sure he's gonna be blessed for that. He's gonna be blessed for that.
I agree with you. It's a wonderful thing what Del Rio's doing. I mean, he's giving the small guy a chance, but I mean, come Fastlane, I mean, he's gonna need his belt back. He better have it polished, and then we're never gonna get Kalisto again.
It's to me, it's like a worldwide statement. He's making a worldwide statement, letting all the underdogs, all the little people,
what an amazing guy.
all the nobodies,
amazing
look,
guy.
You can also just feel what it's like to be a champion. Feel what it's like to hold a WWE,
winner,
right? Right?
Winner.
Who would do that? You talk about taking it for the team, Alberto.
Yes.
Oh, guys.
Yes. If I had Francesca number 2, I would do a serenade just for Alberto Del Rio.
Well, guys, Alberto Del Rio and Kalisto 4 will be happening pretty soon, and we will see who will come out on top in the United States title run. But until then, I want to
we'll
jump
see
ahead.
who's going to come out on top. We already know. Did you not just hear us, Adamant?
I would like to talk about AJ Styles and The Miz on Miz TV. Now, guys, AJ Styles walked on in as a special guest, and Miz disrespecting AJ Styles by always hogging the mic and talking about his accolades and talking about how he mentored Daniel Bryan to the top, which clearly did not happen at all, although he was under his tutelage when it came down to the roster. But
why should a world champion, a WrestleMania champion, give props to a guy that has done nothing in the WWE? Nothing. I don't care what I don't care what you did in the minor leagues. I don't care if in little league you batted 800. I don't care if in high school you made 40 baskets in a row. What have you done in the big leagues? WWE in the big leagues. What has he done? Nada, zilch, zero. So yeah, you should be happy that you're sitting, and then he wanted to mentor you.
What an amazing guy Miz is.
Isn't he amazing?
Yeah, what an amazing guy.
Willing to share his knowledge of how he could tell him how I got to the top, how I became champ, how I won WrestleMania. In other words, he's willing to share all of that. How many top people, top CEOs, people in power ever go down to an insignificant person like that and say, let me teach you all I know?
Wow.
It never happens.
Wow.
So what's it, Miz?
Good.
I applaud you, Miz.
I would do a Francesca number 2 for you too, Miz.
Are you still gonna defend?
Absolutely, because look, AJ Styles, come on, AJ Styles, what has he done so far? He's lasted 28 minutes in the Rumble in his debut. He's beaten Chris Jericho, and now he's getting attention with the big pop he's had with the crowd. And on top of that, let's go look at Miz's accolades. He's main event at WrestleMania. I'll give that to him. Has he been WWE champion? Absolutely. Has he held multiple world titles when it comes down to the tag team title, the United States Intercontinental? Yeah, of course. But when it comes down to main eventing WrestleMania, he only main evented one, and the only reason why he won that main event at WrestleMania against John Cena was because The Rock came in, restarted the match, interfered, rock bottom Cena, and then he took the title. And now with Miz calling himself the father of the Yes Movement, I completely disagree with that, because let's look at the facts. Daniel Bryan and The Miz never really collaborated because they were two completely different type of people. And with that being said, Daniel Bryan didn't even enjoy having Miz around as he's not even a mentor in my eyes. He's just a slimy, greasy, I can't even go into it. But with Miz, there's no way. There's just no way that Daniel Bryan's career is even owed to a guy like that, because Daniel Bryan, I saw and I loved that Daniel Bryan built himself up from NXT all the way to the big star that he is today. And guys, I completely disagree with Miz disrespecting AJ Styles. I followed his career on TNA, and I'm not going to go into his accolades and try and correct all that, bring it into the WWE, because WWE is a big stage. But with AJ Styles, best believe that he has shown already and proven that he has the talent to make it in here. He does belong here, and I think The Miz got what he deserved when AJ Styles beat on him finally, when he just couldn't take it anymore.
Okay, first of all,
I didn't even hear anything you said. I was thinking about. I was thinking about tomorrow's pizza. I was like, I don't even. It's just foolishness.
Very, very peaceful.
All I gotta say about this is, where is Daniel Bryan? You want to know where Daniel Bryan is at? He's not in WWE because he did not take the Miz's mentorship. Who has his own show? Who is a Hollywood superstar? The Miz. And where is Daniel Bryan? Nowhere to be seen. So you're telling me that The Miz is wrong? Absolutely not. The Miz is a superstar. He is a Hollywood star. He is an actor.
A champion.
A champion.
A WrestleMania
former
champion.
WrestleMania champion.
Oh, what are you gonna you're gonna discredit champions? Okay, discredit Rocky Marciano, discredit Muhammad Ali, discredit the greats. Anybody who's been a champion, whatever. How would you know what it's like to be a champion if you've never been a champion? Okay, let's move on. I don't even know why I'm having this debate. I don't even know why I'm having this debate.
I don't even know why he's talking about AJ Styles. It's like he's in love with AJ Styles all the time. AJ Styles. Somewhere in the
AJ Styles hasn't done anything.
Oh my God.
He hasn't done anything. He just arrived. He has to work his way up just like everybody else.
The Miz is where it's at. I applaud The Miz for even having someone like AJ Styles on the show. I mean, that's a big deal for AJ. That's a big deal.
And and bottom line is, Miz tells it the way it is.
Exactly.
They of course they're gonna get mad, and he riles them up because he points out the error of their ways. He points out his inadequacies, and he reaches out to try to help them, to pull them up. And what does he do? He bites the hand that's trying to feed him. Shame on you, TJ Styles. Shame on you, TJ.
AJ Styles.
Whatever.
All I'm saying is, did you hear Miz's mic work? I mean, how amazing is that guy in the mic? I mean, he was awesome. I mean, I don't know why AJ Styles wanted to get the microphone and he wanted to talk. It's like, AJ, no one wants to hear you.
We don't care what he has to say. He's going to tell us how to be a champion? Is that what he's going to tell us? You're not a WWE champ. Sit down.
Exactly. We didn't even know what AJ was going to talk about. He never even got the mic handed to him. He was invited to be a guest on the show, and he didn't even get his few
Just by looking at him, you can tell there's nothing he has to say, nothing of value that means anything. Don't even give him the airtime. Would you agree or not? WWE airtime is very valuable.
Very valuable.
It's worth a lot of money.
Exactly.
Okay, so there's nothing that RJ Styles
AJ
can possibly say that would add anything to this whole interview. I mean, I was glad Miz just cut him off.
I love the segment. I mean, I was applauding after the segment. I mean, it was great, except for when AJ Styles disrespected the Miz. But other than that, it was a great segment.
Okay, so now, I mean, so if this guy's gonna build a team of champs, so now we have Disco Kalisto, and now we have CJ Styles, and now we have
Kalisto and AJ Styles.
Okay. There's these all-star lineup. Wow, everybody run for the hills.
And no, correct me. I think he was even talking about John Cena, which I don't even know what talking about John Cena. Wow. But he was mentioning something about how the Miz got the title because John Cena, got hit or something. I don't know. I mean, this guy is just Adam. We need to talk.
Well, guys, when it comes down to AJ Styles and The Miz, they are going to have a one-on-one matchup this Thursday night on SmackDown, and I'm looking forward to it. So we'll definitely see what happens when those two clash together.
We will definitely see what happens. We know what's going to happen.
Raw, again, we're going to talk about how the Wyatts once again assault another competitor in the Big Show, and once again ganging up using their old ways. And guys, I know you guys are big supporters of the Wyatts.
We're not supporters of the Wyatt.
You guys support the beatdowns that they give.
If you're good at math, you have to understand
they're in the ring with.
It's all about the numbers, Adam, man. It's all about that. I mean, Big Poppa took calculus 2 and 3. I mean, he was a physics major. He got all A's in physics. He knows numbers. I mean, he is a great numbers guy, and he tells you all the time that it's all about the numbers. And you still want to bring up this, they're up to their games. I mean, this guy knows that there's 3 of them.
But we're talking about elementary school dropout here.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Not even a high school dropout. Elementary school dropout.
What are we going to do with you, Adam?
Guys, I graduated high school first off. And on top of that, the Wyatts, all they ever do...
That's news to me.
That was news to me. I heard different.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad I was able to educate you on that. Now, with the Wyatts, all the Wyatts ever do at the end of a match, whether they get disqualified or win the match, all they do is assault their opponents. Like, I don't get what's up with that whole deal.
Do you dislike America? And we love America. I think the American way.
I don't think the Wyatts represent America.
I think. Oh my God. Oh wow.
They're all about America.
We're all about the American way. Truth, liberty, and justice. And it's like this country gives you every opportunity to make something of yourself. They represent family.
What a
togetherness.
Great union. What
team.
A great union.
Team. How many great things have been built based on that principle of team, family, unity? That's what they are.
Our forefathers came to America, Adamant, and they formed a union, and that's why we have the United States of America.
If someone was attacking your dad or your sister or your mom, you'll jump in. That's family. That's family. That's their family. You can't blame them for that. Now, if that big gorilla that has no sense decides to walk in, after he's been beaten by so many wrestlers. I'm not even going to talk about the Big Show, but why would he dare go into a world of giants?
Guys, each of the Wyatts can hold their own. I don't see what the need is to just gang up on an opponent, especially with the Big Show.
It's like blaming a bear who mauled somebody because the person walked in. The bear was just in his own environment. When those three guys hang, that's their environment. The Big Show just thought because he's 7 foot whatever, and there he goes. And what do you think's gonna happen to him? What do you think is if an insect walks into the web and the web starts shaking, and then the spider poof? It's like,
you see that, Adam?
Whose bad was that?
It's just nature.
He walked into it.
Guys, the Big Show was scheduled to fight that match just like Eric Rowan. Like, I honestly don't see why Eric Rowan has to result in taking on the Big Show with the numbers. I really don't. If you guys have that much faith in every single one of them individually and as a group, I just don't see why you guys would support the fact that the competitors that they need to go and take on everybody as a group rather than showcasing their skills one-on-one.
We talked about this last week, Adam. Again, I don't think you're watching the same show we are, Adam, man. We
Clearly.
talked about it. They don't need to use all their energy, you know, as they help each other out like champions do. Have you not seen a champion football team, a champion basketball team? Is it just one guy? No, it's a group of them. In football, it's 11. In basketball, it's 5. In baseball, it's 9. It's a unit. They work together like the Wyatts.
Before the big games come, they bench everybody.
Exactly.
Just to make sure that the stars are reserved. Why would one of them waste all his energy and all his strength on a Big Show? That's not going to get him anything. That's not going to get you a shot at anything. So they just say, you know what, let's group on this guy, let's get rid of this guy, and let's move it forward. That's their way of saying, get this guy out of here. Get the hell out of here, Big Show.
Right now, you're 0 for 3, Adam, man. You're 0 for 3.
Right now, I feel like I'm just expressing my thoughts just as you guys. But, you know, let's talk about Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Let's go back to Dean Ambrose.
Didn't we just talk about them in the beginning?
With the main event. I'm sure you're going to love this, Lavish. I mean, we're going to talk about the New Day as well. And Lesnar.
Are we back there again?
No, see, this is the New Day.
Is this Groundhog Day?
Why do we have to talk about the New Day with Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns?
Because they were involved in the same match with them, in which the New Day ended up losing to Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose.
Whoa. We all saw what happened. Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose cheated. And they took advantage of the New Day. I mean, did you not see Francesca number 2 doing her thing out there? I mean, it was beautiful. I loved it.
I saw Xavier Woods using Francesca number 2. And on top of that, I didn't see anyone cheat at all in that match. I saw Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose actually use their teamwork to win the match. Just like I think, you know, tag team champions should do it, even though they're not tag team champions and they're not going for the tag titles. However, that's the deal that went down with it. But, you know, at the end of the match, you had a confrontation once again where Brock Lesnar ended up coming out and, you know, he was ready to make a statement. You could just see it in his eyes. You could feel it with his presence. And, you know, New Day comes from behind, attacks Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. And now, like, Lesnar comes out, F5's Dean Ambrose to make a statement. And then Roman Reigns on the outside just kind of taking on Kofi Kingston. Now, with all the head-on car collision with Lesnar doing his thing, you know, what do you guys think, you know, Lesnar's mentality is, since he was confronted by Triple H, you know, going soft? Like, what do you guys think at all when it comes down to Lesnar?
First of all, Adam, man, you know, you have to understand, and Big Poppa would back me up on this, that the New Day were the stars of that match. The fans were all about the New Day. When the New Day came out, everybody was excited to see the New Day. They were excited to see Xavier Woods with Francesca number 2. Even during the match, you know, when they were talking about New Day rocks, the whole arena was about it. It was about the New Day. It wasn't about Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. It was about the New Day. And if you go back and actually see the show that we saw, Adam, man, you will see that when the New Day was on top and they were doing what they were supposed to do and they were being champions, everybody loved it.
No, with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, I mean, once again, I heard mixed reactions. It wasn't like the crowd was leaning towards one or the other. However, you know, with everything that had went down, I think, like, going back to Brock Lesnar, I think Lesnar had made an impressive statement showing that, you know, he's going to take everyone to Suplex City come Fastlane, and he is, like, ready to take the win and go on to WrestleMania and face Triple H. But, you know, once again, triple threat rules. Anything can happen. We can see Ambrose come out on top and face Triple H, or we could see Roman Reigns. But guys, that's all the time we have for today when it comes down to this. But before we go, Lavish, Big Poppa,
wait up. Before we go, and I don't want to end it on Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. All right, I want to end it the way we should, talking about the way the New Day came out on top and they assisted the champion Brock Lesnar in beating up Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose as they should have. What do you think about that, Big Poppa?
I mean, all that comes to mind is like when you get food or something. Do you want the authentic or the fake version, the one that you get for a cheaper price and it doesn't have the same ingredients as a real thing? I mean, when those two characters go in, they're fighting as a tag team. Are they a tag team?
No, they're not even a tag team. They're a tag team.
Okay, but at least New Day says they're a tag team.
Oh yeah, they're a unit. They're like the Wyatts.
Okay. So one there is going in there under false pretenses, trying to be something they're not.
Exactly.
And we'll work together when it's convenient. We won't. Is that a family to you?
Not a family at all.
So that's very un-American. That's a really bad example for the kids, And I just think Reigns and that other clown, the Psycho, whatever, they have no business at all fighting for a WWE Heavyweight Championship.
I'll tell you who needs to be fighting for a championship, and I know he's heard of that. Seth Rollins. That was the masterpiece right there in that group. Seth Rollins was the real champion, not Dean Ambrose and not Roman Reigns. It was Seth Rollins. And when Seth Rollins comes back, I'm sure he's going to be one of the top contenders. But these two jokers, there's no need, man. The New Day put them in their place. Brock Lesnar also put them in their place. We don't need to talk about Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns anymore.
It's like the saying always goes, like when the parents are gone, the kids act up. When the main people are gone, everybody's acting up, going crazy. When the president of the company leaves, all the employees are just chilling, taking breaks, doing extended lunches and what they're not supposed to do. Same thing. What's Ambrose doing, and what's
Roman Reigns
doing? They're taking advantage of the fact that the real champ,
Seth Rollins,
is not there.
Exactly. See, Adam, man, you should learn something from us.
They might as well take it as long as they could, take it for a ride as long as they could, because when he comes back, they're not even going to be within distance, not even within striking distance of the title. It ain't going to happen.
Well, guys, that remains to be seen. However, I agree with you. Seth Rollins was having a solid run as WWE World Heavyweight Champion. As WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And then, but Roman Reigns ended up taking the title, and on top of that, we've also seen confrontations with Rollins and Dean Ambrose, and these guys can go off and go one-on-one, toe-to-toe. And, I can also see Dean Ambrose coming out on top like he has before. Wow. Same thing with Roman Reigns. But once again,
man, you're delusional, Adam. Have you been taking the same drugs as Oscar De La Hoya or something?
Well, he's taking crazy juice. They're all taking crazy juice. They're all taking crazy juice.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's all the time we have once again. And, with that being said, come once again, go and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and leave us comments and questions, what you thought of this today, and and your views on all of that happened on last Monday Night Raw. So, definitely expect to see another episode for the next Monday Night Raw for WWE or for World Wrestling Perspective. And with that being said, this is your host, Adam the Ant, Lavish Larry, and Big Poppa.
It might be the last show for Adam Ant over here, because we're really, I think Alberto Del Rio would be a good one. I think so.
Well, good luck getting him here, guys. Till next time, signing off. See you then.